Hi everyone, welcome to Table for Two. I am the Elusive Bigfoot.
And I'm Onezie. Today we're discussing our impressions of the Dice Tower West convention, which we've been to several times now. And
I think this was like our oops, I hit the table, sorry. I think this is like our fourth time that we've been there, maybe fifth.
I think we first went in 2019.
And there was one year they didn't do it for the pandemic, but we've gone to the rest.
Yeah. All right. So where should we start talking about Dice Tower West?
Why don't I share one of the things that I liked about it? I love that they have a culture that has nice, friendly people.
It's important.
Yeah, they really stress that, we have a really friendly convention. And I thought it was hype the first time I heard about it. No, they're very serious. This is probably one of the friendliest conventions I have ever been to for board games. Usually I find that when I go to conventions and it's very closed off, people don't want to play with other people. It's just not as easy to get in on games unless you bring another person to play with. But there, it's just a culture of like, if you want to join us and we have room, you are welcome to join us.
Yeah, there are a lot of good things about the convention that are welcoming. I don't want to ruin any of our topics for the future, but something as simple as having a sign that says players wanted.
That's my next one.
Okay. All right. So we can talk about that next, right?
Yeah.
But just something simple like that. Oh, there's a player wanted. I'm welcome over there. I will go play over there.
They actually want me to play with them.
They actually want players. So
what do you have on your list?
All right. On my list is just that there's a lot of things going on at the convention besides people sitting and playing games. So when you think about a game convention, you do think about lots and lots of people sitting around playing games, right? But there's also some panels by celebrities and experts and influencers or whatever. There's all kinds of people. You can go watch a show. They did like a trivia show. There are demos of games, which I like. There's a flea market, both a virtual flea market and an actual flea market. There's a paint and take room. There's just different stuff to do. Different stuff to do to help keep your attention and having fun.
Yeah. I agree. And some of these things you were pointing to is going to be on my list, although none of them that specific. But I do want to go back to something you said earlier, where they have separate signs. There's a sign that says teacher wanted and a sign that says player wanted. So if you bring out a game and you're looking, maybe I've always wanted to play this with 4 people, get that player wanted sign. And if there are other people who can and want to join, at least they know they're welcome there. And then usually when you have enough players, you'll take the sign down. So if I go out there and I'm by myself, I'll look around, I'll scan the room and see player wanted. Maybe I want to play something. For the teacher wanted, if there's a game that I bring out and I don't know how to play, I'll put up a teacher wanted sign and hopefully someone will come by who knows how to play that game, who can explain it to me. I know that they encourage that. If you see someone who wants to learn how to play a game and they don't know how, help them. And I think this year there was 3 or 4 that I stopped by and I taught people how to play the game. One that was a little late at night, a game that we love, and I helped them score. They played all the way through and score it for them. So that was Beer and Bread. And really nice couple.
A couple of occasions too where we set up a teacher wanted sign and we got really friendly people to come and play with us.
Or teach it to us, which was what we were looking for.
We even had one person sit down and do an entire game with us, but he wasn't playing. He was just coaching us on how to play it.
I think Merchant's Cove is what you're referring to.
No, it was in the hot games room. It was
Castles of Burgundy.
Castles of Burgundy.
Yes, he was having a lot of fun watching us. There was somebody who came by and tried to explain to us how to play the game, but he gave us like 3 minutes and he gave us every detail in his head, and it was just like too much. We just couldn't understand what he was talking about. And somebody else came by and he goes, I love this game. Let me hang out for a couple of rounds. But he had so much fun. He just stayed. You're
Yeah, yeah,
right.
and he loved the game so much that he had fun even though he wasn't playing it.
Yeah.
He just had fun teaching it and watching us play it.
He was, I love how he was like, when we geared up to like a pivotal moment in the game, like there was something that I did that it was going to chain 3 or 4 actions together. It was the moment, I guess, that people live for in Castles of Burgundy, chaining those things. I think I ended up with 4 or 5 actions. And it was a little small crowd gathered to see what I was going to do. And he didn't coach me through it. He wanted to see what would I do in that. And then afterwards, he told us what he would have done. We learned so much from that in the hot games room, which, I'll be able to share some pictures of that. It was an upgraded version, so there was actual plastic tiles on this beautiful mat. It was just so much fun, and I'm so grateful we finally got a chance to play that game.
Yeah, so just a small detail like that, signs that say teacher wanted and player
Mm-hmm.
wanted, it can change a person's experience
Mm-hmm.
drastically and cause them to have fun,
Mm-hmm.
which is what you want to do, cause people to have fun.
Yeah.
All right. So next up on my list of stuff that I liked about Dice Tower West, um, this might be a little quirky, but they have great bags.
Oh, they do have great bags.
They have
Yeah.
great bags. So you check in, you get your badge, they give you a lanyard and a bag, right?
Yeah.
And the bag is, it's a tote bag.
But it's a high quality tote bag. It is, I'm not saying that it's made out of denim or anything. It's definitely from, you know, lesser materials. But I have had, we've been going to Comic Con, or I've definitely been going to Comic Con for many, 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 many years. And some of the bags, they disintegrate after a while. These are really good, good bags. They're big enough to store board games.
Hmm.
And I've had some of them for like 4 or 5 years, and they're still doing great.
I use it for board games and for groceries.
We
So
do. Use them for groceries all the time. They're strong.
absolutely. Come for the games, stay for the bags.
All right. My next one, this is, again, this will sound a little odd, but this is so critical. Lots and lots and lots of tables. We never ran out of a place to play a game, which I know I've tried to explain this to some people. We've held events where we were trying to look for enough table spaces and they would count how many people are you going to have. You can sit them here. I'm like, it doesn't work that way. If I have a game that can play 4 people, whether there's 2 people playing it or 4 people playing it, we still need a table. So it's how many games are being played is how many tables you need. There were so many rooms, and there was one room that I remember they had a special area for trick taking. So if you went over there, some people, I mean, there was more room there for sure because it was a little further out. But if there was player wanted in trick taking. Oh, yay! So lots of tables. Good job.
Lots of tables is good. So another thing I liked about the convention, it's we discovered this in a previous year. We also went this year. Is there's a prototype room.
Oh, that was one of mine
It's
too.
one of yours too.
Yeah.
So at other conventions, there's sort of sometimes a prototype demo area,
Or a certain table.
a certain table. At this one, I think you could actually sign up for
Hmm.
some sessions to, I want to learn this game.
Hmm.
At other conventions, it's been like, I just happen to be wandering by, can I learn your game? Show me your game.
Or
But
the person's looking, anybody want to try my game? This time it's actually, they gave them their own room and they were there at certain times.
yeah, yeah. So the fact that they have a little space dedicated to
Hmm.
up and coming designers and prototype games and things like that, I really like that.
Yeah. And I was so excited to see some of our San Diego designers go up there and get an opportunity to test out their game some more too. All right. I have one left. How about you?
Oh, you go ahead and I'll figure mine out.
Okay. So my last one, well, it's my number one. Do you have one more or 2 more left?
I think that's all I've got.
Okay, my last one that I love, huge library. There are over 3,000 games in this library.
That's my last one too.
Oh, good. They had one section, they did something different this time, which was the library, it was a section that was devoted to 2-player games. So that was really cool for them to separate that out. Dice Tower, if you are listening to me, I really hope that you will create a family friendly area because there were people who I met there, they were looking for games for their kids to play. So if you have a family friendly game area, something that, because there were so many kids that were there, most of them were so well behaved. I was absolutely stunned by this. They want to play too. They're our future. Let's give them some games that they can enjoy.
There was like an area of the library that was more traditional family games, older family games.
I think you
Yeah.
mean the classics.
Classics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
little bit different because there was
yeah.
Dark Tower was in there, the original Dark Tower. But I mean like family friendly like ta-da. That's a
Ta-da.
great
Yeah,
example.
yeah, yeah.
Any of the Haba games. That would be a great example. Something that, kids that are like ages of 7 or 8, they could jump in on and play because their parents brought them because they want to have fun too. And they probably do this at home.
And so the reason I like the big library, the huge library,
Huge.
the amazingly cool library.
That has play to win games, by the way.
Yeah, that's one reason. They do have play to win games. Check it out, play it, and maybe win it. But the reason I like it is we like to try before you buy.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a list of games that we think would be good. We've heard about them. We've maybe seen them on YouTube or something like that. And but we're not too sure we want to spend $80 on this thing. So we're going to go to Dice Tower, check it out of the library, play it once or twice. We'll get a feeling of whether we should own this game or not. And then the next year, it ends up showing up at the door somehow.
Sometimes. While we were there were two games that we actually loved so much that I ordered it from Amazon. One was Sky Team, and the other one was World's Fair 1893. Ravensburger did a redo on it. So definitely got those two games. But it's how I got a bunch of stuff at the virtual flea market. I sold a bunch of games and I got some new games. So
Yeah.
the whole thing was just well done. Let's go in Dice Tower in Maple City.
And the library's got all kinds of stuff. They had a little 2-player section in the library this year that was good. If you want 2-player games, they got that. If you want a 5-hour strategy game, they got those to check out.
The big box, if you want all the expansions for this game, that's there.
If you want a quick 20-minute thing to do before you go get dinner, you can go check one of those out.
Yeah. I will say this, Dice Tower put together a great website on cardboard events so that you could make a filter by how long it takes to play a game, and you could look up a 20-minute filler game and find that. Now you can only check out one game at a time, but chances are you're with other people and everybody can check out a game, and then you've got several games to take up your time.
Yeah, so Dice Tower West, lots of reasons to go.
Exhibitors.
Lots of reasons why we go.
Yeah. We met a great exhibitor, what it's called, Finders Creepers. Keep your eye out for that game. We loved it. We're going to be interviewing them. That was a lot of fun. You play a game to try to find these ghosts, but then there's an AR component where you can see things around the room that you're in. And it's a shorter game. It's only like, I think it's 30 minutes. So, great game.
Yeah, there's vendors, prototype room, people demoing their games, huge library.
You're in Vegas.
There's all kinds of things to do there. So that's why we go.
Yeah.
We want to find some other fun conventions to go to too.
Yeah, we may be looking at some of the other game conventions we haven't been to. I think we have a little bit more time this year than we had last year. So one thing that we did do, at Vegas, we did go to Paris for lunch, which was delicious, and we went to Guy Fieri's Tacos. So I will say this. We are from SoCal. We are accustomed to Mexican food. I was impressed. Not really. It was okay. And if I had never had great Mexican food, I would have thought this is amazing. But we're in SoCal. I mean, tacos and burritos, that's our thing here. We know. It's okay.
Next time we go to Vegas, we'll get some other kind of food.
We'll try. We'll just keep trying things. They had Hash House a Go-Go, but we've been to that. We have one here in San Diego. So, I mean, we are fortunate that we do live in Destination City already. Tried some of the stuff, but I mean, BattleBots, Penn and Teller. I mean, there's great things to do. So, like I said, I think it's called Mapleville, I think is the name of
the local store. Yeah.
The local store that used to put on, it's either Mapleville or Maple City. I think it's Maple City. I can't remember. I'm so sorry, you guys. But they put on the first board game convention, and Tom Vassell from Dice Tower loved what he saw, and they created a partnership, and that's how Dice Tower West came to be. And so we've been going for a few years, and I imagine we will continue to go.
Come hang out with us. We'll see you there next year.
Absolutely. So for now, I'm the Elusive Bigfoot.
And I'm Onezie.
Like and subscribe. Thank you so much.